Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be an Amigurumi beginner tutorial on basic stitches. I decided to do this video because when I was a beginner to Amigurumi, I learned the basic stitches before attempting to do any crochet pattern, and I highly recommend that practice for beginners. So the easiest way to learn is to crochet a ball, which is what we'll be doing in this video. We'll be crocheting this ball from start to finish using the pattern on the screen. Don't worry about the pattern, we'll go through each row as we get to it. Now I tried filming this video while speaking in real time just because of the explanations. However, I live in the Caribbean, in Trinidad, and it is very hot. And the room that I crochet in, I have no AC, so I usually have my fan on full blast. And trying to do this video speaking in real time, in 5 to 10 minutes, I was like, nope, it's not going to work. Even my fingers were sweating. So I went back to voiceovers for this video and tried my best with the explanations. So I hope it's very helpful to you. For the materials, I'll be using yarn. And this yarn is Premier Basics worsted in buff. Now, if you check the label, the recommended crochet hook for this yarn is a 5.5 millimeter. But for Amigurumi, because we want our stitches tighter so that the stuffing does not come out the holes, we go down in hook size. Now I usually see a lot of people use a 3.5 millimeter hook for weight for yarn, but since I have tighter tension, I'll be using a 4 millimeter crochet hook. You will also need a pair of scissors, a yarn needle, a stitch marker, and some stuffing. In this video, I will be covering the chain 2 method, the magic ring, how to read a basic pattern, crocheting in the round, how to increase, how to decrease, some tips on stuffing, and how to fasten off and sew close. So now I'll start with the chain 2 method. And some people use this instead of the magic ring. So first I'm going to make a slip knot. To make a slip knot, I'm just going to take my yarn and twist to form a circle. And note the strand that's attached to your yarn ball is called the working strand. So we have our circle, and now I'm going to go through the circle and pull up a loop, pull on the ends to tighten the knot, then we can adjust the loop to our crochet hook. So now we're going to chain 2. To make a chain, we're going to yarn over and pull through the loop on the hook. So that's one chain, and we'll make another. So yarn over and pull through the loop on the hook. Now we have 2 chains. Now from the second chain from the hook, which is this one, it's the first chain you made, we are going to make how much ever single crochet the pattern says to do in the first round. So SE stands for single crochet, and it says to do 6 single crochet. So that's what we're going to do in that first chain. Now for Amigurumi, for my single crochets, I do the yarn under, yarn over technique. If you do the yarn over technique or any other ones, it's perfectly fine, it's up to you. So for a single crochet, I'm going to insert my hook into the chain and yarn under and pull up a loop. Now we have 2 loops on the hook, and then I yarn over and pull through the 2 loops on the hook to complete the single crochet. Now your stitch is represented by this V. So that V is your single crochet stitch. Now we're going to continue with a second single crochet. So insert your hook into the same chain and yarn under and pull up a loop. Then yarn over and pull through 2 loops on the hook. So now we have 2 single crochet, and we're going to continue until we have 6. Now we've completed the 6 single crochet. When crocheting in the round for amigurumi, we do not finish off a round with a slip stitch. We just continue until whatever round 2 is. And you will start round 2 into the first single crochet that you made in round 1, which is this one. So I'm just making a single crochet to show you. So that's it for the chain 2 method. Now we're going to do the magic ring, and I'm going to show you how to set up the yarn before crocheting in 4 steps. Since I'm right-handed, I'm going to be using my left hand with my palm facing me, and we're going to use our index finger and our middle finger. So for step 1, I'm going to take the yarn and wrap it around those 2 fingers once and hold it with my thumb. Step 2, we're going to make an X on the side of the fingers facing you. Still holding with your thumb. Step 3 is to run the yarn parallel to the first loop on the side of the fingers away from you. And step 4, we're going to hold the working yarn with our pinky finger. So this is how it looks. And let's do it again. So with your left palm facing you, step 1 is to wrap the yarn around your index and middle finger and hold with your thumb. Step 2 is to make an X on the side of the fingers facing you. Step 3 is to run the yarn parallel to the loop on the side of the fingers away from you. And step 4 is to hold the working yarn with your pinky finger. Now we'll be working on the side of your hand facing away from you, so I'm just going to shift my hand so that it's easier to see. Now we're going to introduce a hook. So with your hook facing downwards, we are going to go under the first loop, then over the second loop and drag it under the first loop. Then I'm going to twist my hook towards me to form a loop. Then we're going to go under the strand held by the pinky and yarn over and pull through the loop on the hook. And there we have the magic ring. So now we're moving on to the pattern, and it says round 1 MR, which stands for magic ring, 6 SC, which stands for 6 single crochet. So it's basically saying make a magic ring of 6 single crochet, and make sure that you're holding the yarn tail and the ring together so that you'll be crocheting over them. So now I'm going to insert my hook into the ring and yarn under and pull through a loop. Now we have 2 loops on the hook, then yarn over and pull through the 2 loops on the hook to complete your single crochet. So that's 1, and I'm going to continue. Insert your hook into the ring, yarn under and pull through a loop, then yarn over and pull through the 2 loops on the hook. Now I'm going to continue until I have a total of 6 single crochet. Once the 6 stitches are done, I'm going to take the yarn tail and pull the ring closed. The number at the end in brackets signifies how many stitches we have in each round. And as I said, we did 6 single crochet, so our total stitches for this round is 6. Round 2 states an INC, which stands for an single crochet increase, times 6. So basically we're going to do a single crochet increase 6 times, and a single crochet increase is 2 single crochet in 1 stitch. This is the first stitch of the last round, so we're going to do our increase in there to begin round 2. So that's 1 single crochet, and I'm going to do another one in the same stitch to complete the increase. Now if you're anything like me and your mind wanders all over the place when you're crocheting, I highly suggest that you mark the beginning or the end of your rounds, and I do that with a stitch marker using the first stitch of every round. Some people use a strand of yarn, and I've seen others use a bobby pin as well, so whatever you use is up to you. Now we've completed 1 single crochet increase, and we're going to do another one. So 1 single crochet in this stitch, and another single crochet in the same stitch to complete an increase. Now we've completed 2 increases, and we need a total of 6 according to the pattern, so just continue making the remaining 4. If you've noticed, we are working in multiples of 6 for this pattern, and that's because we want that circular shape for our ball, and in order to do that we need to evenly space 6 increases around our row. So I'm going to keep increasing until my ball is as wide as I would like it to be. Since we did 2 stitches in each of the 6 stitches from round 1, the total stitches for this round is 12. Now sometimes the hole from the magic ring may loosen up a little, so you can just pull on the yarn tail to tighten it back up. So round 3 starts with brackets, and in the brackets we have a single crochet, comma, increase. That basically means to do a single crochet followed by a single crochet increase. And then outside the brackets we have times 6, so it basically means to do a single crochet followed by an increase 6 times. So I do a single crochet in the first stitch, followed by an increase in the next stitch, so now we've done that once, we're going to do it again. A single crochet in the next stitch, followed by an increase in the next stitch, now we've done what's in the brackets twice, and we have to do a total of 6 times. So continue with the remaining 4 times to complete the round with 18 stitches, and I'll meet you at the end of the round. So round 4 starts off with brackets again, and the bracket says to do 2 single crochet followed by an increase, and outside the bracket has times 6, so we have to do 2 single crochet followed by an increase 6 times. 1 single crochet in the first stitch, followed by a second single crochet in the next stitch, so that's 2. Then we're going to follow up with an increase. So we've done the brackets once, and we're going to do it again. 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, and an increase, now we've done the brackets twice, and we need a total of 6 times, so continue making the 4 more to complete the round with 24 stitches, and I'll meet you at the end of the round. So using the same technique for round 5, the bracket says 3 single crochet followed by an increase, and we do that 6 times in total. So 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, 3 single crochet, and an increase, and again we've done the brackets once, so now we're going to do it again. 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, 3 single crochet, an increase, now we've done the brackets twice and we need a total of 6 times. So continue finishing up the round to complete with 30 stitches, and I'll meet you at the end. So round 6 says to do 4 single crochet followed by an increase 6 times. One single crochet, 2 single crochet, 3 single crochet, 4 single crochet, and an increase, so we've done the brackets once and we're going to do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4 single crochet, and an increase, now we've done the brackets twice and we need a total of 6 times, so continue the 4 other times to end the round on 36 stitches, and I'll meet you at the end. Now my ball is as wide as I would like it, so I'm going to stop increasing, but we need to add some height, so I'm going to single crochet for some rounds without increasing. So now for rounds 7 to 11, that's 5 rounds, it says to do 36 single crochet. So what that means is, since we ended round 6 on 36 stitches, for round 7 it's going to be 1 single crochet in each stitch, and we're going to do that until we reach round 11. So I'm starting round 7 and it's 1 single crochet in each stitch. So continue doing that and I'll meet you at the end of the 5 rounds. Now my ball has had some height, so I'm going to make it narrower to match what we did in the beginning rounds. Now we're moving on to our decrease rounds. And round 12 says 4 single crochet followed by DEC, stands for decrease, and to do that 6 times. So we're going to start with the 4 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, 3 single crochet, 4 single crochet. Now there are 2 ways to do a decrease. The first one, as written on the screen, is SE2 tog, which stands for single crochet 2 together. Now a decrease usually means a single crochet decrease. It means to reduce 2 single crochet into 1 single crochet. So we're going to reduce the next 2 single crochets into 1 single crochet. So for a single crochet 2 together, you're going to insert your hook into the first single crochet, yarn under and pull up a loop. Now we have 2 loops on the hook. Then insert your hook into the second single crochet that we want to decrease and yarn under and pull up a loop. Now we have 3 loops on our hook. Then we're going to yarn over and pull through all 3 loops on the hook to complete the single crochet 2 together. So as you can see, we just turned 2 single crochet into 1 single crochet, which meant that we did a decrease. So I'm going to show you again. Insert your hook into the first single crochet, yarn under and pull up a loop. And we have 2 loops on the hook. Then insert your hook into the second single crochet and yarn under and pull up a loop. Now we have 3 loops on the hook. Then we're going to yarn over and pull through all 3 loops on the hook to complete the single crochet 2 together. So that's one way your pattern might tell you to decrease. Now the other way, it's called the invisible decrease. This is the one I like to use unless the pattern states otherwise. And since it's a decrease, it's the same concept of turning 2 single crochet into 1 single crochet. However, for the invisible decrease, we use the front loops only of the single crochets. Remember earlier on, I explained that your stitch is depicted by this V. So the front loop of your stitch is the loop that's closest to you, which is this one. And the back loop of your stitch is the loop that's away from you, which is this one. Right, so now for the invisible decrease, we're going to go into the front loop of the first single crochet and then the front loop of the second single crochet that we're going to decrease. Then we're going to yarn under and pull through the 2 front loops. Now we have 2 loops on the hook. Then we're going to yarn over and pull through the 2 loops on the hook to complete an invisible decrease. So again, the 2 single crochets turn into 1 single crochet. And I'll do that again. So for invisible decrease, we're going to go into the front loop of the first single crochet, then the front loop of the second single crochet, yarn under and pull through both front loops. And now we have 2 loops on the hook, then yarn over and pull through 2 loops on the hook. So that's the invisible decrease. Now I'm going to go back to where I was on round 12. Right, so I've already done the 4 single crochet, so now we're going to follow up with an invisible decrease. And now we've done the brackets once, so we're going to do it again. 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, 3 single crochet, 4 single crochet, and an invisible decrease. Now we've done the brackets twice and we need to do it a total of 6 times. So continue doing the remaining 4 to complete the round with 30 stitches, and I'll meet you at the end. Round 13 says 3 single crochet followed by a decrease 6 times. So 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, 3 single crochet, and a decrease. We've done that once, now we'll do it again. 1, 2, 3, and a decrease. Now we've done it twice and we need a total of 6 times, so continue the remaining 4 to complete the round with 24 stitches, and I'll meet you at the end. Round 14 starts to do 2 single crochet followed by a decrease 6 times. So 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, and a decrease. We've done that once, we'll do it again. 1, 2, and a decrease. We've done it twice and we need a total of 6 times, so continue the remaining 4 to complete the round with 18 stitches, and I'll meet you at the end. Round 15 says to do a single crochet followed by a decrease 6 times. One single crochet, and a decrease. We've done that once, so we'll do it again. A single crochet and a decrease. We've done the brackets twice and we need a total of 6 times, so continue the remaining 4 times to complete the rounds with 12 stitches, and I'll meet you at the end. Now we're going to stuff. So I'm going to pull out my yarn a little bit so that it doesn't unravel. Since we want to stuff evenly, I usually break apart the stuffing into smaller pieces. And now we're going to stuff, making sure that every corner of the piece, including the center, is stuffed firmly. While stuffing, I usually rotate the piece in my hand as well to shape it as we go. Now I said we want to stuff firmly, but not too much where stuffing is coming out of the holes. And just note that after a while your stuffing will settle and the piece will become squishy, so that's why we've stuffed firmly, so that the piece keeps its shape after a while. Now stuffing is done, so we're going to complete the last round. You will notice that we did our decreases in reverse of how we did our increases. so that the stitches will be symmetrical for a ball. Round 16, so as to do a decrease 6 times. One decrease, two decreases, continue until you finish all 6. Now FO stands for fasten off, and to do that, after we finished our last stitch, I'm just going to pull the yarn through the stitch and cut, making sure to leave a decent enough tail in order to sew close. Now your piece may need a little bit more stuffing before closing, so you can go ahead and add it if you like. Since the hole is small for stuffing, I just use my scissors to help me get it in. Now we're going to sew close. So I'm going to thread my yarn needle. And we're going to go into the front loops of the stitches of the last round from the outside. One, two, three, 4, 5, and 6. Now I'm going to pull close. Then I'm going to insert my yarn needle into the center of the hole and out through a stitch in the side. I'm going to pull it again to make sure it's closed up nicely. I'm going to carry the yarn to about 2 more stitches and then cut. I just use the back of my yarn needle to hide the remaining yarn tail. And that's it. Your ball is completed. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope it was helpful. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe.